This is your weekly real estate update for the greater Portland, Maine area. These are closed sales in the last 7 days, median numbers. Days on market came down a little bit to 11 days on market. The list to sale ratio still at 100%. So if you listed your house in the last 30 or 40 days, you probably got what you were asking for it. The median sold price came down a little bit to $458,000. The average 30-year fixed interest rate went up a little bit, 6.84%, and US inflation ticked down from 3% to 2.8%. So now let's talk about the US economy and also some big stuff going on in real estate and what it might mean for you. So talks of recession have been increasing week over the week, the last couple of weeks, bolstered a little bit by the BLS job numbers as well as ADP job numbers. Both came down lower than expected. Then we had the CPI coming in lower than expected. So Zandy raised its call for recession from 15% odds to 33% odds, 15 at the beginning of the year. Now they're saying, hey, there's 33% chance of a recession. Because of this, of course, people continue to move the money into bonds, gold, and silver. So we'll put a little pause on that right now, and we're going to move over to talk about some stuff going on in real estate. So in the past 6 to 8 months, there have been a ton of mergers and acquisitions in the real estate world. I want to talk about some of those big ones, why they're happening, and what it might mean for you. So just this past week, we had a big one, which was that Rocket acquired Redfin. The week before that, you had a big announcement about KW selling some of their stuff to Stone Point Capital. Compass bought Better Homes and Garden. EXP and Real Brokerage continue to gobble up these smaller brokerages. Zillow bought this huge real estate CRM called Follow Up Boss. So why are all of these big companies coming together? I think there's a couple of big factors. The first one is that you need to be able to constantly evolve your technology now in most industries, but of course, real estate especially, you need updating constant new technology that in some way, shape, or form is improving its AI component. And of course, the requirement of constantly updating technology requires liquid capital. And in the real estate world, they've been beaten down the last couple of years with the NAR lawsuit, settlements. And so liquid capital can come in the form of mergers where some people are a little bit more capital heavy. Some people have more of the people involved come together, continue to compete, right? Another big thing is that in all industries right now, the demand for big data and the ability for that big data to be used by AI is essential. So if you're a little brokerage, it's really hard for you to compete with your amount of data versus these big companies. And some of these big companies are coming together so they have even more data to put into an AI machine and say, hey, this is what it means to you as a consumer. They need the extra money to spend on those AI tools to say, hey, this is what it means to you as a consumer. So I think for a consumer, these things are not necessarily bad. What does it mean for you, though? I would say be a little bit careful about AI sort of making your decisions for you. Of course, this is a general thought right now across industries, but particularly in real estate, you start your research. Often you don't know much about what you're wanting or why you might want it. And AI can hop in there and predict for you what you're wanting. And if you go down that path, and all of these companies are using AI, very quickly you can lose the ability to make decisions. So my advice is to work with a professional, particularly in real estate, that is at a brokerage that has tech, big data, big AI, and they're using that tool to your advantage, but it's not replacing the guide that is listening to you as an individual. What do you need? What do you want? What is your personal history? And then putting that into their tools to help accelerate the process and accelerate the learning for you. I hope that was helpful. Have a great week.